Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Financial Investor channel. My name is Brent, and today we're going to be talking about stocks with X dividends next week. So every Wednesday on my channel, I release stocks that have X dividends next week. I go using Dividend.com and I screen roughly 50 stocks or so. This week it was a little bit higher. I screened about 60 stocks. I punched them over into Y charts. I remove stocks that have an S&P 500 average price to earnings ratio of 25 or below, because 24.16 is right now what the current S&P 500 ratio is, but it does change and fluctuate. So I'm going to go ahead and say 25 and below is what I remove all these stocks. So all of the stocks here on the left all have price to earnings ratio less than 25. If I enable all of these stocks here, there's 10 stocks that we ended up with. These all have price earnings ratio less than 25. These actually have it below the S&P 500 ratio at 22.57 all the way down to 10.35. Next, I screen for a dividend yield of around 1.5% or higher, because we're trying to judge these stocks off the DARS rating system, which measures their stock strength. If it's trading near its 52-week high, it has done very well. The overall yield attractiveness, we want something a little bit higher than 1%. So I said 1.5% is roughly what the S&P 500 average, it could trade around. And we also want dividend reliability. We want stocks that have paid out dividends for more than a few years. So I used 5 years as the minimum payout ratio, an increasing ratio, to continue to keep these stocks in here. Dividend uptrend. So again, they've paid dividends for at least 5 years or more and have increased dividend payout through those last 5 years. And over the next 4 quarters, they're expected to have continued earnings growth. So I essentially screen everything from a 3.6 to a 5. 3.6 being Pfizer. If we head over here to xdividend.com or dividend.com, I have a video using AT&T of how the dividend payout gets removed from the stock price on the ex-dividend date. If you'd like, you can check that out. Top right corner, I use AT&T as an example, and it shows it really good as far as how that stock gets removed out of after closing and stuff like that. So I started with Tutorial Bank Corp and I checked it out. There's a number of stocks on here that I've invested in the past, such as Sunoco. A couple stocks here. We have Cheesecake Factory. We had SBUX, which is Starbucks. We have Boeing. We have Apple. We had a couple brokers in here. Here towards the bottom, we had Charles Schwab. We had TD Ameritrade. Somewhere else in here, LogBN. We had Apple. So lots of stock. Oshkosh, if you have kids, you probably shop at Carter's or Oshkosh. And a few other ones here, all the way down to Pfizer being the last 3.6 rated stock, which is a recommended stock. So all I did was punch in, see all these stocks here. There was around 60 stocks that I screened during this process, and I had it all recorded. But guess what? Didn't have my mic activated. So in this video, we're going to be continuing from that point of me not having my mic activated and kind of noticing, and continuing from there. So if you are brand new to my channel, I do make stock market, investment, and real estate videos. So consider subscribing, hit that notification button, because I put out videos weekly. And let's go ahead and get to the next process. So I've already screened all of the stocks using the financial metrics. So what financial metrics did I use? Well, let's take Starbucks, for example, and I will show you. So price earnings ratio less than 25. Check. That did it there. Dividend yield over 1.5. Check. It has a dividend of 1.89. Next, I want rising revenue, free cash flow, and net income positive over the last 5 years. So all of these have positive revenue, free cash flow, net income. If I select each one of these all have positive numbers. Some are not nearly as high, or this is in the double digits here, whereas some of these other stocks are maybe in the very small digits, and these could be removed. But here's one, for example, in the triple digits. Boeing, double digits there. Starbucks is 34.66 thousand percent, and its net income just blasting that off there. German American, couple double digits and triple digits. Apple there and the double digits as far as growth. So those were all positive revenue, free cash flow, net income stocks. Now from that point, my next screening process is I want dividend reliability. We want to see that our dividend has some uptrend and it also doesn't get cut. And I use 5 years in my example. So here I go ahead and expand this window out. So number one stock that's had dividend growth was the J.M. Smucker Company. Now they do processed and packaged goods. They've been paying dividends for 16 years, so they paid it since that recession back. They paid it through the 2008 recession, and they've been paying dividends since 2002 and increasing their dividends. They have a very low payout ratio of 37.8, a pretty nice healthy dividend yield of 2.71. This has an ex-dividend date of May the 10th, which is next Thursday. So you do need to buy this stock on Wednesday or prior to be eligible for that dividend payout on the 1st of June. So good luck in stock there. 16 years. Number two. Now the number two bracket, these aren't in any order. We have Columbia Banking Corp. We have Heritage Financial. We have Sandy Spring Bank Corp. And we have StarBucks. Now these are in number two, because they all have been paying dividends for 7 years. So here we have a 2.5% yield, 38.5 payout ratio, dividend growth for 7 years. Ticker symbol COLB. Their ex-dividend date was May the 8th, which is next Tuesday. So you need to buy the stock on Monday or prior to be eligible for the payout on the 23rd of May. So ex-dividend and the payout date is in the same month. So interesting there. They do savings and loans if you need a financial company or a savings and loan company in your portfolio. That could be a great one to add. Number two here again is Heritage Financial Corporation, ticker symbol HFWA. Dividend yield around 2%. Payout ratio again very low. Dividend growth 7 years. Their ex-dividend is May 9th, which is Wednesday. So again, buy it on Tuesday or prior. Get paid out on the 24th. And that number two bracket is Sandy Spring Bancorp, another bank company. This is a regional mid-Atlantic bank, ticker symbol SASR. Payout ratio of 34.5. 7 years of dividend growth. Dividend yield of 2.78. And this one has an ex-dividend of May 8th, which is next Tuesday, so you do need to buy this one on Monday or prior. But look at that payout date. You'll get paid on the 16th of May, which is pretty crazy. So your ex-dividend is on the 8th, and then the following week you actually get paid out. So this would be a very quick turnaround. And in the last one in the second slot is StarBucks, with a 2.06% yield, a little bit higher payout ratio than these other bank companies. But yeah, you're still getting that 7 years of dividend growth. Their ex-dividend is on May the 9th, so you do need to buy this stock on Tuesday or prior to be eligible for that payout on the 25th of May. Now in our number three spot, we have BB&T, ticker symbol BBT, ticker symbol BA, Boeing Company, and those are the those are the ones in the third slots because they have 6 years of dividend growth. That's the only reason they're in that third spot, is because that dividend growth. So BBT, dividend yield 2.83, 37.5 payout ratio, dividend growth for 6 years. Boeing, again 2.0, a little bit higher payout ratio, dividend growth 6 years. BBT, you got to buy them on May 10th, which is next Thursday, and you have to buy them on Wednesday or prior. Paid out on the 1st of June. I think this process is a little bit boring to kind of listen to, so instead of going through all the numbers, I'll go ahead and I've already done a few, so I'm going to go just flip through these last ones here, and you can check it out. I'm not trying to make these videos boring. I'd like to just put them on my website. I was out of town On Monday and Tuesday, I had to travel about 3 hours away to install some new network equipment, so that took a bit of time out of my normal schedule there. And so we have Boeing, BA, Apple, AAPL, GABC, and TBNK. As a disclaimer, I am a shareholder of Apple, but it met all my criteria, having a dividend yield of 1.5 or higher, price earnings ratio under 25, dividend yield over 1.5. So it met all the criteria. Some people have asked me in the comments why I invest in Apple. I think overall it's a great looking stock. It has great financial metrics, and that's my number one holding right now that I'm holding. Now, if I wanted to, I could take a look at price and yield. I know we've done this in the past and see which stocks are currently trading with a yield over price. So Ontario Bancorp is currently trading with a yield over price. This is a yield over price very barely. You can see the price has came down pretty sharp and the yield is coming back up. So this could be one just to watch which way it kind of travels here in the future. BBT, price over yield, so not a good buy, or it could be a good buy, but right now it's not trading at a discount. Here we have Columbia Banking System, yield over price, could be a good buying opportunity. The price, it could be coming back down or it could come back up. This could be one I would just kind of wait. It looks like it's hit below its support level of the past few weeks. So here during that initial February dip, it actually broke it recently and fell below, but it is on its way back up right now. So this could be a good buying opportunity to take a look at COLB, buy it, swing trade it, see if you can able to capture it and then make some profit off of that. We have Sandy Spring, price over yield, Heritage Financial, price over yield, Boeing, price over yield. Look at that price. Imagine if you had bought this stock back anywhere before October, November period, you would have got a great dividend yield, of around 2% or higher. Some at a point near basically 3%, 2.7 and higher back in June, July timeframe. Now you're getting it at a 1.81, so it's not at a great discount right now. But imagine if you had bought it back when the yield was trading above the price. Starbucks right now, amazingly, the yield is way over the price right now at a 1.89. You could have bought this stock at one point here during that dip in February at around a 2% yield, and it has came back off those lows of February. We have German American, yield over price right now. This one seems to be trying to trending sideways right now. Not really sure if it's going to break out or not. And Apple with a yield under the price right now, so price over yield. So this one could have been purchased with a yield over price July of last year, October of last year. You can see there's these instances here where the yield does trade above the price and you're able to buy it at a 1.5% or higher. But Apple just increased their dividend by 16%. I only know this. Apple was my only stock that I hold in my portfolio, so this allows me to read a lot more than I did when I held 20 stocks in my portfolio. I wasn't always keeping up with my earnings. I wasn't always keeping up on what stocks, increase their dividend, but when I hold only one stock in my portfolio, it really helps it out. So those are the stocks for this week's X dividends coming up next week. So check those ones out. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are holding any of these stocks or looking to buy any of these. Again, I'm going to go over the ticker symbols. Ticker symbol SJM, ticker symbol COLB, HFWA, SASR, SBUX, BBT, BA, AAPL, GABC, and TBNK. All of these are trading below S&P 500 price to earnings, dividend yields over 1.5, rising revenue, free cash flow, net income over the last 5 years. Some of these are trading with a yield over price. They could be potential good opportunities to buy low and capitalize on those capital returns, plus lock in those great dividend yields. So I leave that up to you guys to read over the specific companies' 10Ks, their last quarterly reports, and continue on from there. So that is it for this video. Very quick 15-minute video showcasing 10 stocks with X dividends coming up next week that meet our criteria. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for future financial videos. If there's anything you would like me to do a little bit different on these Wednesday videos where we cover X dividends coming up next week, let me know in the comment section below. I read all of your guys' comments. I reply back to you guys. I know I've had a lot of replies and emails coming in of people saying, hey, this isn't related to this specific video, but I just want to let you know this and this and this. So I replied back to them. It doesn't matter what channel or what video you comment on, I always read it and I reply back to you based off whatever you asked me or said. So that is it for this video. As a disclaimer, again, I'm a shareholder of Apple. And another disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor or tax professional. The information provided in my videos is my opinion for entertainment and fun. This is not investment advice. This is just me as a financial investor trying to help others make their money work for them. We're looking at, we looked at 60 stocks, narrowed it down using financial metrics of PE, dividend yield, free cash flow, net income, revenue, and we also took a look at dividend growth, payout ratio, and those financial metrics to screen 60 stocks down to 10 stocks that are worth taking a look at further. So that is it for this video. I thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.